Happy New Year. Happy
Happy
Chinese New
New
Year.
Year to you.
Yay. So Sia, what are you doing for the new year? Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Y-
Seriously.
I just realized. Can
What?
you pull your microphone closer to you?
Sure I can.
There we go.
There we go.
Tap it.
That's it. I have to
No,
say,
tap your microphone. Yeah, it's not on. I just realized we went live and I didn't check your audio. I'm the terriblest ever.
I'm not on. Hold on 1 second. I'm not on because no, I'm plugged in.
Well, tap on it again.
Hello.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not. I'm not. Do you have it? No, check your settings on the thingy on the bottom.
Here I am.
There you are. Now you sound better.
Right? I think because we bought it in and out. Let's start over. Happy New Year.
Let's start at the very beginning.
Seriously. Can I just tell you, I needed another New Year. I felt like I needed a New Year reset. And I'm so grateful always for the Chinese New Year because my first New Year of calendar Christian thing doesn't work. Then I go to the Chinese New Year. And if that doesn't work for me, then I go to Nowruz, which is the Persian New Year, which is next month. And then there, if all things go really bad, then Rosh Hashanah, boom, the Jewish New Year. I'm just like, so many resets in the year.
I'm right there with you, sister. I'm right there with you. Okay, so, oh my gosh, but it's New Year, and New Year to me always represents opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right?
And I love the fact that it's the year of the golden horse. And like everybody out there has always done this exact same thing. Like when you go to a Chinese restaurant when you're a kid, they used to have those paper placemats and look up what year you were born in to see your compatibility. But the golden horse is such a cool year this year.
It is. I'm excited. I'm not gonna tell you, like after the year of the snake, me because I'm a tiger, but I'm just gonna say it. I did not like 2025.
No.
2025 can go F itself. I rank 2025 right behind 2020.
Right? And I feel like it's appropriate that it was a snake because we're shedding that skin and we shedded that skin last night, which is just in case people knew or didn't know. And I did not call you Syya, but you were supposed to shower yesterday and wash your hair yesterday, do my hair because I did it like midnight, but to shed, or actually I did it 11 o'clock at night and just shed that whole year of the snake.
It's funny. Every time I hear "Year of the Snake," I can't help but think of the Duran Duran song. The union of the snake is on the climb.
And by the way, if I called you, it would have been like, midnight for you already because our time zones have differences.
We do have different time zones, don't we?
We do.
Yeah. It's funny because there are times that I wake up and I'm like, oh, I want to text you. And I was like, oh, it's 5 a.m. I'm like, I'll wait a little bit. I know you're up, but I know you said, let me have my meditation moment first and then we can talk.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's ish. Now that it's cold, I'm snuggling in a little bit longer.
Yes.
I know. I know. So here's some facts. Let's do some facts about the year of the golden horse. Did you do any kind of research for us?
No, I'm glad you did because I was busy trying to actually get the damn thing downloaded and uploaded. It's not working.
So I'm going to tell you that the year of the golden horse, this is the first time we're going to get this year. Every 60 years it cycles. So the golden horse is, and now of course I can't find it. So let me find it. And what I'd like about it is, here we go. No, I don't know where all my factoids are. Hold on 1 second. I do. So the golden horse is the last time we had this kind of golden horse was back in the civil rights movement. And right? So you think about it that time, what was going on? We had like civil rights, we had women's rights, we had Vietnam War, we just had so much. We had amazing music that came out of that time, the anti-establishment music and movement and rock and roll and everything that was against like what our parents wanted us to do, you know? It's like, and I feel like this there's an uprising that feels global.
Yes. I think there's definitely movement. I think there's definitely moving towards, like, you wanna call it the age of Aquarius or whatever. I definitely feel like anything that, what's that saying? "Anything hidden in the dark will come to light." I feel like this is the year. It's been a buildup, but yeah, I think, truths will come
Truth.
out.
So what are you supposed to do this year with your tiger? Let's look that up.
What do you want me to look up? Yeah, let's talk about the year of the tiger. Okay, here we go. So my overall fortune as year of the tiger, and I'm an earth tiger, by the way.
Where'd you go? Is it just me?
Oh no, oops, what happened?
I don't know. We just switched positions.
I'll move us back. Don't worry.
But do you know that that's what they're saying right now is if you want to go conspiracy theory, like all glitches are supposed to be happening from now because not only do we have the golden horse today, but you know what else we have is the ring of fire eclipse today.
Wait, where?
South America, Antarctica.
Oh,
And this is
uh-oh.
the start of the eclipse season. So the eclipse is falling on the Chinese New Year. I don't know. And then all the planets are supposed to line up perfectly this month. I think on the 27th or 26th that all of our planets are lining up. There's some weird stuff going on. There really is.
Well, I've been getting into like a lot of like conspiracy stuff, which is funny. I mean, because it's funny, and I look, I take all things that I ingest into this brain with a
Mhm.
grain of salt because I think this is a year of constructive thinking, as in research and find whatever you think and believe to be fact. Why don't you go ahead and double check that? Because nowadays you really can't believe everything you see. We're in the world of AI where we don't really know if the content we're even seeing is real, right? If it's AI
Right.
generated. And we knew this from the jump. AI is only going to improve and fool us fallible humans, right? So I'm not
Right.
anti AI, but I'm definitely pro constructive thinking and do your own research. Don't just rely on what your neighbor says just because you guys like to talk into the echo chamber amongst yourselves. Like we just
Right.
you really gotta go with doing additional that take that extra 10 minutes and you know what I mean? Ugh, at any rate, let me drink some coffee.
But is that part of your trait of an earth tiger? One that, if you think about the qualities of a tiger, is one that kind of checks out their environment, stays hidden until they know that their prey is right there so that they can take their shot. They're not going to uh to just walk carelessly into the savannah. They're going to wait until they're for sure ready to go after what they're wanting to kill.
Yeah, I think tigers, just to clarify, are jungle, not savannah.
Oh.
And lion, so yeah, so like lions are more savannah, but that's okay.
But
The
seriously, yeah. No, don't they have the reeds? That's why they're striped, so therefore they're hiding. Boy,
yeah,
I'm
that's
so
because 'cause you're in the
sad.
jungle. Because you're in the jungle. Um, well, you know what's funny is that, like, they say, and by the way, yes, everyone behind me, that is a tiger. Um, and you can see the striping. Um,
Yeah.
They say that tigers are solitary, and it's really funny. Though I'm an extrovert, I'm telling you, the older I get, the more I really enjoy what's inside my brain. I really enjoy what's going on in my brain. I enjoy talking to my many voices in my head because it's just fun. But anyway, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. But anyway, okay. So for those that are born in the year of the tiger, just want to say for overall fortune, they say that it's going to be a Bing Wu year. It sees the tiger's earthly branch, Yin Wood. So again, I'm a earthy, forming a semi-combination fire formation with Wu fire. Holy crap on crackers. What does this mean? It means that this grants some partial support from a Tai Sui energy field, making steady progress with fluctuations, a core theme of their overall fortune. So for personal development, it is essential to pay close attention to the final direction and outcomes. Planning and understanding in advance can help make their lives more stable and fulfilling.
Isn't that exactly what you just said about AI and doing your own research? planning and looking into what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Although
wise.
although now it makes me feel like I need to, like, Google this and double check it as well, which, by the way, we do have a video that we can play that we're gonna follow up with, but figured we'd talk about it for anyone that wants to, like, pitch in and ask us, like, "Hey, you know, what is our year?" So for you, my friend, you are the year of the monkey,
Monkey.
monkey. And by the way, my nickname is Sea Monkey, so I don't know if you knew that.
No, I
Back
did
in the
not.
day. Mhm, mhm, I was called Sea Monkey. Um, and it's funny 'cause my family, like, used to call me a monkey as well because I shockingly bounced off the walls as a child. Who'da
I
thunk?
I couldn't see that, Sia.
I know. I know. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
With the influence of the traveling horse star, monkeys should expect many changes and challenges, requiring them to take initiative to adapt and resolve difficulties. Fortunately, the auspicious star, Qin offers help from noble people at critical moments. This year favors caution over aggression, and they should leave room for flexibility in all matters. Meaning, you don't get pissed off, Aaron, go breathe outside and get some fresh air, and then come back, I think is what it's saying.
I love that. I love that. I don't mind a slower year. And yes, last year we did a lot. Particularly the last 6 months, you and I were crisscrossing all over the place, this country, and we just did a lot of work, and I wouldn't mind a
Breather?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, and usually, honestly, even years are usually better for me than odd years, historically speaking, and I don't know if that's a thing for other people, but let me know. Um, and I found something that I was wanting to let you know about the 60-year cycle before the
Yeah.
next golden horse happens. Each year is not just an animal, but also paired with an element: wood, fire, earth, metal, which is like gold, water, and a yin or yang quality, creating the 60-year cycle. So that's why it was 60 years ago that the golden horse happened.
Mm. So, God,
Yes.
let's think about 60 years ago what was going on. That would be 1965. Geez, from an American history perspective, we were going through a lot of change and turmoil now, weren't we? And a lot of
Yeah.
truths were coming to light.
Yep.
What a fascinating that's 60 years ago, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well,
So, you think about it, like, we have to keep, what do they always say? Like, things keep repeating itself until you finally learn the lesson. Do you think that we're going to finally learn at least another chunk of the lesson and it'll stick? I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm so hopeful.
I'm glad that you're hopeful because the pragmatist in me is like, I was all depressed with, I was so depressed a little bit with a lot of things that are going on that I was like, ultimately, as humans, we just want peace and harmony. We just want to be able to feed our family, live comfortably, live our lives with our loved ones, right? We want peace
Yeah.
and security. And in a lot of ways, we can still do that. But if you're aware of like the bigger context and bigger things of like of what pure evil can happen in this world, it's very disheartening at times, right? And so I think this year is going to be a big balance of knowing what battles to fight because there are some battles you cannot fight. And it sucks that you
Yeah.
cannot in the grand scale, but there's also little things you can do to still be effective to fight against the big fight, but in your own way. And when I'm trying to talk cryptically here for those that do know who I am, they know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. But for those that don't know what I'm talking about, it's kind of like the saying I say, not used to, I still say, not my monkey, not my circus.
But I'm your monkey.
And you definitely are, but there are gonna be times where that monkey is gonna be way like, maybe it shouldn't be in a chain enclosure. We should set it free and let it go, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, not my monkey, not my circus. Honestly, we know, but the little things you can do to affect it is like, maybe, you know if you know there's a water shortage, right? Like, yeah, you can't be the one to control and dictate how the water flows to every region, right? We can't control any of that. But what we can do is locally at home is be like, okay, let's maybe not run our sprinklers 4 hours, right? Like,
Mhm.
that's what I'm talking about
Yeah.
is like, if we just control the little stuff that we can control to keep ourselves whole, I think that's all that matters.
I
In the end, in the end.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think community is really a theme for me that just keeps coming up and up, and how you can help your own community, and kind of like that pebble in the pond that just has rippling effects. Like the number one ad this year that I put on some social media today, and it was the first time I saw it. It was just about this young man in I'm not sure which country he's in, but it is an Asian country, so I did not research it. So, sorry about that. I'm not prepared for for talking about this one, but it just shows him walking down the street, and he sees some water coming off the building, and he sees a dead plant, dying plant. So he puts the plant underneath the water, and it just talks about all doing all these little things, and he gives a mother and daughter some money each day, and he feeds this stray dog, and then it shows like how these little changes over the time, and just keeps repeating that kind of kind behavior. Then it shows he one day he's going to give some money to that mom, and he doesn't see the little girl, and the mom looks up and she sees a little girl running in a school uniform down the street, and it's just like, you just don't know when you do something nice, like hold a door for somebody, or just pay a kid's school lunch, for them. Not like somebody's coffee, because if somebody's at one of these local coffee shops, they can pretty much, we can guarantee they can pay for their own coffee. So that that movement of buying somebody's coffee, I say like buy a kid's school lunch. Just think about it that way. That's the changes I'm going to make this year.
So that's a commercial ad from Thailand.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you
love
know,
it.
it it's cracking me up that you should mention that because, for those that don't know it, like, by the way, like, Asia puts out some seriously cool, memorable commercials, and it's meant to be more meaningful than just "I'm Batman." You know what I mean? And, that's funny that you uh, I think it was an insurance company or a bank. But here's the thing, and that's where I think, for some, it's kinda, like, not a best ad because I don't remember the name of the company that actually did the ad, but I remember the message, which is I think that's what I think it was Pizza Hut or was it Domino's? It was Domino's with the Noid, right? The Noid got way more popular.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's true. It's true. But I'm so happy that you know that ad, and that I don't think anything is a coincidence. And there's a friend of mine, Manish Patel and Mary Swenson, who have a company called Kindness Matters, Get No Kudos, and their whole jive is about kindness matters. So look at
Yes.
Get No Kudos. It's just they have a fun campaign about people talking about doing kind things. And I think we need that, because we have to remember that we are all we don't get out of this human experience alive. And while we're
Mm-mm.
here, might as well do good.
Exactly, you might as well do good, and that's the critical part of it all. So I'm just gonna play this in the background so people can see what we're talking about. But I believe in good, heartwarming Thai commercial. This is I'm playing someone else's thing, but so anyone that's just curious, that's what we're talking about there.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's so funny. I love this one. It brought tears. I seriously was crying watching this today.
Yeah, that's funny that this is the one that you remembered, or
Yeah. Yeah,
that's so
it's just
funny.
it's important, with everything that's happening, just seeing people,
Yeah.
and you think about the
Oh,
year of
look
the
at that.
horse, right?
I mean, yeah, and it's just little no, okay, this scene right here always cracks me up. I'm like, wouldn't that be drowning the
I
plant
know.
with too much water?"
I agree.
Okay, that's my only criticism of it, like,
Okay, that's fair, you're killing the plant that way, yeah, yeah,
yeah, right?
yeah, I agree.
Anyway, okay, so anyway, this is an old ad, I think it's gotta be, like, 15 years at least now, and
I'm a
let's
little behind.
15 years ago is only 2015, but let us not dwell. Let us not dwell. So, I'm sorry. I'm just laughing. Okay, so this is the new year. We're all trying to be about positivity and all that good stuff. So anyway, oops, where am I? Oops. Okay, so this video that I found is attributed to, and I just want to give full credit to the guy, Alan Teo. I just randomly found it. He did this a month ago. But I kind of like the way he kind of went about
Mm,
explaining a little bit. So, have you ever heard daymaster or the term of?
no.
Nor have I. So apparently, and I can read it real quickly, it's in Chinese physics, everything in the world is broadly categorized under yin yang and the five elements. At the center of your Bazi chart is your day master. So, your core element that provides a glimpse into your personality and natural tendencies. It is determined by the heavenly stem of the day pillar and represents your inner self and how you perceive the world. While it serves as a foundational layer for understanding your chart, it is just one of many layers of Bazi analysis. So, he kind of goes into like, because I think it's like, it's not just the year that you're born, but it's also the time of the year, right? It's just kind of like with all astrology type things, even like the whole like I'm big into the Myers-Briggs thing because I just like I find it fascinating.
Yeah.
It's your inner self of how you think you respond, and then there's others how they perceive how you respond on things, right? And I think this is what he's trying to say. It kind of addresses all that good stuff. And so anything that we're talking about, full disclosure, let me just pull this back up real quick because I want to make sure whenever we're talking about full disclosure, why won't you let me switch scenes? I can't switch scenes.
Hmm.
It won't let me switch scenes.
Oh no.
What the heck? Crypto gel? There we go. That is so weird. That is so weird. I don't know what's going on with my.
I tell you, it's the Ring of Fire, the eclipse.
I mean, well, it also could be user error. I'm quite used to that too. This is so weird. On the back end, it is acting up weird, like I've never seen before.
So, the Daymaster, it's almost, I think about all these ancient wisdoms and I'm so much, as I'm getting older, I think I'm more curious about like how I think I took for granted a lot of things, my, 20s and then 30s, I was like involved with like raising kids and my family. And now I'm at the point where I can sort of take a step back and dive deeper into some of these great ancient wisdoms and question whether or not we have, my assumptions, where they land, do they serve, and what do I need to grow from? And I think it's fascinating that the Daymaster is I want to learn more about that. I'm really, really curious about leaning into, um, we're all human, right? And how other cultures and ancient wisdoms address the commonality of being human.
Right? Because I
Yeah.
think we forget we all are flesh and blood at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So okay. So let's continue on. So let us go into yours. And I'm looking up the timestamp here where he gets on, which is you are the monkey. So 2819. Let's go ahead and go to 2819. Let's hear what he has to say about that. Turn you up. Can you hear?
Yeah.
Is all about personal growth and taking action. You have some fantastic stars for learning and expanding
Can
your
you hear?
world, but you also have a few challenges that will require your care and attention. For the auspicious stars, you have two incredibly powerful ones fueling your journey. The first one is the travel horse star. In ancient times, this was a wealth star because to make money, you had to get on your horse and find opportunities. Today, it means your success comes from action. This is not a year to sit back and relax. It's a year to travel, expand your business, explore new markets, and seek new opportunities. As the ancient wisdom goes, reading 10,000 books is not as good as traveling 10,000 miles.
I love
Why?
that.
Because books give you knowledge, but travel gives you perspective. This year, the universe is pushing you to get out of your comfort zone. And this isn't just about work trips. Go on a vacation, explore a new city, change your environment. And no, a virtual tour on Google Map doesn't count. When you see the world through fresh eyes, you open up yourself to new ideas and opportunities that you would never have found staying at home. Remember, action is the source of your wealth this year. Complementing this is the brilliant academic star. This star represents wisdom, learning, and a clear mind. When Wen Chang is present, your ability to absorb new knowledge is at its peak. This is the year to invest in yourself. Take that course, learn that new skill, and deepen your professional expertise. To have a more abundant life, you need new knowledge and new skills. Combine the action of the travel horse with the wisdom of the academic.
Yep.
Aaron, I want to give a shout out to Aaron, Year of the Dragon. First of all, I love that I get to travel. And secondly, I want to know what the Year of the Dragon's going to do and our Year of the Tiger. Let's see what's up for Aaron's.
You want me to cut off yours just for Aaron?
Just for Aaron, absolutely.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, I have to look up the year, and you got to go soon, right?
I do, but maybe Aaron can pop on.
Here we go.
You know, it's
Dragon's next.
For my friends born in the year of the dragon, 2026 is a year that calls for careful navigation as a number of challenging stars are visiting your chart this year. This year, we have the instability star and the leopard tail star. The leopard tail is a great metaphor. If you step on the leopard's tail, it will bite you. This means being diplomatic and careful in your actions to avoid unnecessary conflict. This pairs with the instability star, which suggests your mood and plans may go up and down. So the strategy is simple. Stay steady and avoid making big risky decisions. As for health, a group of stars, Bloodblade, Morning Guest, and the Heavenly Dog remind you to be proactive with your health. Now I know what you're thinking. These stars all sound very extreme. But don't panic. This is a classic example of ancient masters using scary names to give you a very simple warning. The Bloodblade star suggests a risk of minor injuries or accidents. A great way to...
That is funny that lion pushed off that other one. I think that is funny.
I agree. And I know I've got a dash, but I want to say, Aaron, I think, just exercise some wisdom this year. Be careful. Be careful out there. I'm worried about you. So check in with us. Okay? Just keep checking in on LinkedIn. Just let us know you're A-okay. And Syya, I want to see what yours is before I got a dash.
Well, you know what? I think I can always come back. What I want to do is this, because I'll be respectful for everyone's time, is, hey, everyone, we are going live this Sunday, and I don't know yet if it's going to be 12 a.m. Eastern or 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll confirm it, but it will be this Sunday. We are going to finish off the Stray Kids Guide Part 2, the Maknae line, the younger line of the members. So if you guys are interested in joining us for that, and I know, Janice, you got to go, but I think it's hilarious that I dragged you into this whole Stray Kids fascination of mine.
I love the Stray Kids. And they're just fantastic. So if anybody doesn't know about them, really go follow Mildly Obsessed now on YouTube and follow what Sya's doing, because it's just introduced me to a whole different genre of music, and I love what they stand for, and I love they're amazing.
They're really cool. They're really cool kids. So again, for those, I'm not into K-pop per se, but I like this band or this group. So yeah, and I'm not typically into boy bands. But that being said, this was literally an impromptu thing. We probably should have just led with the videos. So maybe we'll do another round. But everyone, it's a happy Lunar New Year to you. And we couldn't do this without your support with Tausi Brand. So we're going to sign everybody off here with a Tausi commercial. And thanks, everyone. Thanks, Janice. Happy Lunar New Year.
Falling asleep with your neck in the wrong position can be a real pain in the neck. Literally. People of all ages are falling for Tausi. Tausi gives you the comfort you've always dreamed of. Go to tausibrands.com and get your comfort on.